Welcome back to Where Did It Come From? My name is John L, and today we're diving into the backstory of one of the most explosive diss tracks in hip-hop history, Ether by Nas, the record that shook New York City, reshaped a rap rivalry, and defined an entire era. Ether dropped on December 4th, 2001, Jay-Z's birthday, a detail fans immediately took note of. It appears as track 2 on Nas's 5th studio album, Stillmatic, released just 2 weeks later on December 18th, 2001. Stillmatic would go on to become RIAA Platinum, fueled heavily by the wave of attention Ether created. The intro of the song features a sample from Tupac's F Friends, with Pac's voice saying, F Jay-Z. From the opening second, the tone was unmistakable. Ether was produced by Ron Browse, who at that point was still early in his career, having only contributed a few tracks to Big L's The Big Picture. The impact of Ether was so massive that Browse eventually nicknamed himself Ether Boy. Browse recalls the story of how the record came together. He gave a CD with about 30 beats to Nas's travel agent. Soon after, Nas's A&R called him to come to the studio. He expected a standard Nas street track, nothing major. But when he arrived, Nas told the engineer, play the record for him. As Browse listened and heard Tupac yelling, F Jay-Z, followed by Nas unleashing the opening lines, he was stunned, thinking, what is going on right now? Even crazier, Browse had given that same beat tape to Jay-Z's A&R, Hip Hop, but it never reached Jay. Because Browse wasn't widely known yet, nobody knew he produced Ether when it first hit the airwaves. The record was first premiered by the late DJ K. Slay on Hot 97. K. Slay said someone told him Nas was killing Jay-Z on the track. At the time, Jay seemed untouchable, so he didn't believe it. But once he heard it, he was so blown away that he immediately started calling everyone he knew, urging them to listen. Nas later said that he originally didn't want to make a diss track. He and Jay-Z even talked about the tension in New York hip-hop and agreed not to diss each other. But after Takeover, Nas felt like Jay was the type to kick people when they're down, and he believed he had no choice but to respond. The roots of the Jay-Z and Nas rivalry date back to the mid-90s. Jay wanted Nas on Reasonable Doubt, but Nas never showed up. He also skipped the Dead President's video shoot, something Jay viewed as disrespect. Throughout the late 90s, they exchanged light subliminals, but by 2001, the tension had exploded. During his Summer Jam performance, Jay dissed Prodigy and slipped in the line aimed at Nas. Then he dropped Takeover, painting Nas as fallen and irrelevant. Ether was a sharp, calculated, brutal retort that instantly shifted the entire city's momentum. Jay-Z quickly fired back with Super Ugly, but he went too far by bragging about sleeping with the mother of Nas's child and mocking it graphically. Hot 97 then hosted a fan call-in, Battle of the Beats, Ether versus Super Ugly. The listeners overwhelmingly voted for Ether. The backlash against Super Ugly was so strong that Jay-Z's own mother called him and said he crossed the line. Because of that conversation, Jay went on Hot 97 and publicly apologized. This moment solidified Ether's cultural impact. It wasn't just a diss record, it was a turning point in the entire feud. Legendary Queens producer Large Professor revealed that an original version of Ether produced by Swiss Beats once existed, but no audio has ever surfaced. According to the people that heard it, that version was even harsher toward Jay-Z. Nori later said on Drink Champs that the unreleased Swiss version sounded like Nas was more emotional and less strategic, which might explain why it stayed in the vault. Ether didn't just respond to Takeover. It rewrote the dynamics of one of hip-hop's greatest rivalries. It reignited Nas's career, it pushed Stillmatic to platinum status, It changed Ron Browser's life. It flipped New York radio upside down. And it introduced the new verb into hip-hop, to ether someone. At its core, ether is the story of rivalry, timing, and bold execution. The right beat reaching the right artist at the perfect moment. Nas and Ron Browse created the record, and once it hit the streets, the New York rap scene amplified its impact, turning ether into a defining moment in hip-hop history. Let us know down in the comments section who you think won the battle between Nas and Jay-Z. Also, let us know what track you want us to dive into next. Until then, like, comment, subscribe, and keep the music playing.